Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So I don't know if off in the distance you can hear an annoying little siren going off, but there's something off in the distance that goes off once in a while. But anyway, so for this video, been a little while since I had any kind of a mail day, but today I did receive a PWCC Mail day, which is pretty nice. 5 cards, basically some recent auctions that I've been purchasing. I kind of let them stockpile a little bit. The most recent PWCC auction, I won 2 cards, so I decided now was a good time to come and collect on the stuff that I had purchased. So a couple different things, mostly a couple of vintage cards, some 53 Bowmans, and then a couple of Favres, and then Juan Soto for good measure. So I'll quickly go through those, and then I'll talk about them as I go through them. And I'm doing the old overhead view. I figured I would set this up again because I might be using this again in the future. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, first one is a CSG 2018-19 Topps Now. So this is an off season. So let me see if I can adjust that a little bit for you. It's a little bit too much brightness. Let me tweak that down a little. See if that works. All right, cool. So, CSG, you guys already know that I like these holders. This is the new label as well. So this is a Mint Plus 9.5. Actually, can I back that up just a hint? Let me just tweak this a little. That's enough. There we go. Cool. So you got the nice clarity of the holder. So this is basically, effectively, it's a really inexpensive variant of a rookie year card. So obviously Topps Now, we're not going to treat it the same way that we would, but you do have the rookie card logo on there for all that means, you know, just to infuriate some people. But at the end of the day, it's kind of a cool card. They were a little bit limited, and PWCC does their own little thing for their vault here. Those are actually pretty peelable, so I was able to remove a couple from the other ones already. But you can see pretty plain on the back. But it is kind of a neat, this is basically like an early Juan Soto Major League card from Topps. So Topps Now, and then you can see already right there, it's to commemorate 5/11/18 when he was a Rookie of the Year finalist. So pretty cool. Another Soto. That was, I think it was a little bit over $20 with the buyer's premium. So actually not too bad at all. Okay, next one we're going to do. A couple of 53 Bowman colors to add to that set that I'm working on. First one is another CSG. So this one is Monty Irvin. So this is a good plus, not 2.5. So it's got a little bit of creasing down here at the bottom. It is appropriate for the grade, but it's got decent borders on it. So combination, I try to get a little bit of centering where I can. Some of my stuff is a little bit off center, but overall, a fairly clean card. And this was fairly inexpensive. Again, I think it was right around 20 bucks, so not too bad for a card already graded and everything. Monty Irvin. For those of you familiar, if memory serves me, I believe Monty Irvin is kind of, he was a very good player in his day, star in his time, and I think he was instrumental in kind of helping Willie Mays get acclimated to the major leagues early on in his career. I could be mistaken on that, but I believe that's part of the backstory of Monty Irvin. So, cool card to add to that collection. Love grabbing those when I can. Here's another one. This one's an SGC 5, so this is an early win. Pretty solid. Good clean card again. We got nice borders. It's pretty crisp looking. Nice. And then there's the back. So there you go. So even if I take the top of the label off, you can see. Pretty solid card to add to that collection. Love these pictures, especially when the image is nice and crisp like that. So that's pretty good. So that's another one. And then we'll finish off with a couple of Favres. Okay, first one. 2004 Topps Pristine Gold Refractor. So that's a PSA 9. But you got the nice refractor shine, so that's a gold refractor right there. Very cool looking card. Focus mainly on the card. So at this time, obviously you still got the, I believe you still got the etching going on, so that's pretty solid. And the gold refractors are numbered to 99. So there you go. Now they are a little bit tricky for condition because obviously you do have kind of this jagged edge going on, so you have to be kind of careful with that. But this one turned out as a Mint 9, and overall it's a clean card. One thing that I kind of have to deal with there is you got to take the dust off and clean all that. Pretty solid. Now this here, I think is on the holder because it actually extends beyond. But it's one of those things, you got to kind of take care of it and take a look at it. There you go. PWCC, shameful. Got to make sure these slabs are at least wiped down once before you ship it out. But anyway. I was pretty happy picking this one up as part of an auction, so I've had this one sitting in the vault for a little while, and I wanted to get it in hand, so add that to the collection. And this one was actually from the most recent PWCC auction, so this was the big card that I ended up picking up in the most recent one. Pretty good price. I felt good about it. I think it was about $300 with the buyer's premium total. So this was a 2005 Ultimate Collection Brett Favre game patch autograph. So it is, you can see, you got 2 colors there going on with the patch. and then you can see the on-card autograph. So these are numbered to 15. And PSA is kind of a discussion I had offline with Bobbles, is not great at grading these patch cards, the thicker cards. It is in kind of this thicker card holder, but this one is considered to them to be a PSA 6. Probably if I cracked it out and sent it to one of the other graders, probably would get a little bit of a more fair treatment. It looks pretty clean. I'll have a closer look at it later, but it's one of those things where I'm pretty happy with it anyway. And honestly, it helped. I think it helped give it to me for a better price. So I'm not going to complain about an on-card patch autograph out of 15, plain days Favre, relatively inexpensively. So no complaints there, and it is an authentic game-used patch worn by Favre in an official NFL game, which is really, it's one of the things obviously we talk about a lot nowadays with the different memorabilia. But that is a pretty sweet card there. So it's one of those things where I will say, and kind of a quick discussion I'll have about this, when it comes to PWCC or any of them, every platform, kind of the same way that I talk about the third-party graders, they've all got their roles. They've got their different positions in terms of how you can use them as a collector. I look at them as kind of being different tools in the tool belt, so to speak. It's one of those things where if you really don't like it or really don't want to use it, by all means, that's perfectly fair. That's great. It makes it easier for somebody like me to pick up stuff like this cheaper. But at the end of the day, if you're a collector and you are serious about trying to, add cards to your collection, something like this would probably have gotten more eyeballs on eBay. I don't know if the pricing would have been that much different because, like I said, it was all in with the buyer's premium. It ended up being about $300, almost to the dollar exactly. So overall, $300 for this. This is a good solid card. This is a game used patch, on card autograph out of 15 from a good set. Again, the PSA 6 probably hurt it in terms of pricing. But I have no idea what this would have gone on eBay if it had been left to the open market and had the additional potential eyeballs. So going quote-unquote off-platform here, it turned out to be pretty advantageous. And as far as, grabbing a lot of these Favre cards, so I'm going to use both of these as an example here, stuff like this is the kind of stuff that I find at PWCC. And I also am able to find stuff like this. So, there are opportunities. That doesn't mean that I don't pick up stuff on eBay. In fact, most of my purchases happen on eBay, and a good chunk of them also happen on ComC. So it's kind of like finding the best platform for the job, and not everybody wants to go on a million different platforms. I understand that. But it's the same thing also when we talk about, the third-party grading thing. Like in this example, I had 5 total cards, and out of the 5 cards, I got 2 PSA cards, I've got an SGC card here, and I've got 2 CSG cards. I'm not stuck on one specific, third-party grader. It's kind of like finding the right thing, and it's also finding the right card that fits what I'm trying to do. So it's one of those things where, like I said, either a platform or third-party graders, it's really finding, your lane or finding what works for you. As far as I'm concerned, I can imagine for somebody who's really into uniformity, this could be extremely frustrating. 3 different third-party graders out of 5 cards, you'd have a decision to make. And I think for something like, something like the set that I'm working on here, it's something where I got to take a good look at it and kind of see what I want to do. But for now, I can tell you that in that 53 Bowman set, and I will do a video about this probably later on this week, if not next week, I can tell you that I have, if you count the 4 quote-unquote major, I have cards from each of them. I have CSG cards. I have, SGC cards. I have PSA cards, and I even have a couple of BVG Beckett cards. So it's kind of like I said, I'm not going to sit there and not buy a card just because it's in the holder that I prefer the least. It's not a matter, that's not really what it comes down to. It comes down to, is it a good card? Is it what card I want to add to the collection? And does the price make sense? That's really the most important thing for me from a collecting perspective. So just some thoughts there to include on it as in addition to the mail day itself. Do let me know if any of the stuff, if you have any thoughts or comments in the comment section. More videos to come on the channel. We'll definitely be having some more fun talking about that. I'm going to be very pleased. I'm going to enjoy kind of having these cards added to the collection. It's going to be kind of fun. I built up a pretty nice little Favre PC in terms of the different autograph memorabilia and a couple of refractors, especially for something I'm kind of just working on the side. I may do a video just showcasing that at some point here after I add a few more pieces. Anyway, so more videos coming up on the channel. Live streams happening 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be doing that again this week. And for those of you who are interested, I did mention in the live stream, I am also hosting stuff on PSA Canada's YouTube channel. So that's exclusively over there. So if you are interested in that, you can check out PSA Canada's YouTube channel. I do a live stream with myself and Brad Hartland, in addition to any other guests we may bring on down the road. We're doing that on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So I'll include a link to that in the description, but going forward, I may include that less and less, but I just want to kind of get it out there because we're trying to slowly build up that channel. But if you're not interested in it, don't worry about it. It's going to be on a different channel anyway, separate from the stuff that I do on this channel. Otherwise, thanks very much. We'll catch you in the next one.